This is a sea lion rookery just near Elfin Cove. And that's Daniel. We went into Indian Cove, but it was real windy. We were going to spend 6 hours there, but instead, while the tide is slack, we decided to go into Elfin Cove, and we should be there in about 45 minutes. Last night, we anchored in an open roadstead on the east side of the Messier Island, and it was pretty rolly, but we had lots of whales around us. You could hear them snorting and doing their thing. We caught a halibut for dinner. It was just a perfect size for the three of us.
I spotted him.
Yep. I better... Are we about to hit any rocks, Daniel?
No. No, you can relax.
Daniel just pointed out that this is nature.
Real effing nature, man. Shit, this is National Geographic. In your face. On location.
It's true. You want to give us some music that you'd have in a National Geographic video?
Bum, 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 bum.
So this is our second day out. Things are going well, except the anchor windlass has given us problems with the chain jumping. And I'll try a fix later today. I used to feel in high school, having to fight off everybody going after my girlfriends. Boat's rocking around, that's why this ripples. We're in Elfin Cove, and we're watching a halibut boat unload halibut onto a fish buying boat. That's probably 400 pounds of fish there at $12 a pound in a store, $4,800 street market value. Halibut are fished by laying about a mile-long line, or half-mile-long line, down on the bottom of the ocean with a float at either end, and hundreds of hooks. And lays there for a couple of days, and then they come and pick it up. We're at Elfin Cove right now. Well, we're a couple of hours from Sitka, and we've anchored for lunch in a little hidey hole that I had stopped in 2001 with Juan and Ava. It's raining lightly out, and we just had fried salami and egg sandwiches. It's a real pretty place. And a couple hours, well, I'm going to wait for the tide to stop running, and then we'll go into Sitka. And I hope it's dry, or as soon as it's dry, Daniel and Ben are going to put on sea tall. And Alan Langdale's coming tomorrow evening, and we'll go to a concert. And the boys leave real early the next morning. So everything's going along okay. I was able to fix the electric heater. So now that's got plenty of heating power. And Daniel helped me install a new roller to make the anchor windlass not jump. That seems to work okay. Ben.
I've just been thinking about words that rhyme with Sitka, and you know what I came up with?
No.
Bat mitzvah. But apart from that, I can't think of any.
Uh-huh.
If I did, I'd offer it right now.
Mm-hmm. What's new in your life?
I just got a 4-year degree from the University of California at Santa Cruz in legal studies. I graduated with the highest honors in my major.
Wait, did you really, or did
yeah,
you just
absolutely.
say it?
Oh, no, I did.
You said
no
you
question about it.
You
yeah, I
swear
it.
on my grave.
Well, you're not. Yeah, sure. 1,000 times over. I've just, let's see, after I graduated, I spent maybe 3 days in Santa Cruz just potchkeying around, and then I came up to beautiful Alaska for these 10 days. When I get home, I'm going to be a camp counselor for the rest of the summer, and then who knows? I have nothing lined up.
Okay.
Only time will tell.
Daniel, how about yourself? What's new in your life?
Nothing's really new. Things are going very well. I have a good lady in my life. Work's going well. I'm traveling all over the world. This summer I have Canada, Greece, England. And so, yeah, things are going very well.
Have you thought about settling in Dubai?
I have not. No, I don't know where I'll end up. I'm just floating, letting... Things seem to be working out pretty well, so I'm just letting them... trying to think less and just let things happen.
Are you going to shave off your whiskers before you go back?
They're not called whiskers anymore.
What are they called?
It's called a shaver, you know.
Called a what?
Well, there's certain words that aren't used anymore, like whiskers,
Well, what's the...
dungarees, sneakers, knapsack.
What's the new word for whiskers?
Beard, stubble.
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 Oh, are you going to shave off your stubble?
Yes.
Did you ever see the comic strip Popeye?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember he had this like perpetual enemy guy?
Pluto.
Your beard looks exactly like Pluto's. You know? It's kind of
cute.
That's okay. I got to sign off now.
Yep. You want to see my tattoo?
There we go. So let's see. Today's June 25th. And, Saturday. And
what time is it?
I'm with my boyhood chum, Alan Landau, who came out from Potomac, Washington.
Potomac, Maryland.
About an hour ago, I laid down for a nap, and Alan almost killed us. He was taking us down. I didn't tell him where to stop, and he was going right into Syracuse Narrows with the tide running, but it was kind of interesting. And here's our first anchorage for the night. We're going to have our anchor drink. Alan's a little concerned that that's too strong for him, but do you have anything to say so far? Are you scared?
It's just the beginning.
Mm-hmm. It's true. And soon it'll be just the end. If you're lucky.
And you don't nap anymore. I mean, put me in charge of running the boat.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's not
I can run it in a straight line.
Uh-huh.
But when swells start coming up, it makes me a little concerned.
And rapids that are spinning you around.
Rapids.
Yeah, well,
and do not enter signs.
That one vortex actually was real impressive.
Do not enter.
I looked down and saw that water going around in a circle. I thought,
I had to wake you up
this
way.
This is not good. Anyhow, here we are.
Delicious.
Yeah, and we might proceed through the Narrows in a couple hours, or we might spend the night here and go through in the morning.
Oh.
Reflecting more than this he's living in, he would like to have me come and say, "This is a fantastic house. Wow." So it's a couple hours later, and Al and I had anchored up and waiting for the water to turn slack in Syracuse Narrows. We had a close call because I had fallen asleep and didn't and the route I laid on the chart went right through the Narrows, so Alan was driving through. Anyhow, as I was saying, Alan was driving through it, and the boat started to spin around just about the time I woke up from a nap. So we went and we anchored up for a couple hours and waited for slack, and then we came through, and we're now about 30 minutes east of Syracuse Narrows in a beautiful protected bay called Baby Bear Bay. The sun is setting in the west. We got a meatloaf coming out of the oven. Didn't hit any rocks. Just beautiful and great. Too bad this video doesn't capture the smell of the air or the real look of the sky. She was, she had gone into university administration, and because she's a totally ruthless administrator, which is very good for a top person. You know, you just. Oh, today is July 1st, 2005, and it's Alan's last evening on the boat, so we're going to do this exit interview.
I don't want to go. I want to stay at camp longer. I don't want to go.
Just shut up and answer the questions.
I can't.
So, you're never going to see your friends again.
I'm reporting you to the authorities.
So the first question is,
What?
when you were contemplating this trip, what were your worst fears?
That you would molest me.
What? Bless
You
you?
would molest me.
Bless you. No, seriously. What were you most concerned about? Was it the weather, being in a small space, the food? No, be
no,
honest.
none of that really concerned me. I guess not knowing what to expect perhaps entered my mind, but small boats have never been really big for me because I get sometimes claustrophobic. And with claustrophobia, it can be a disaster. That crossed my mind.
What was your worst disaster you ever had? Claustrophobia.
How about flying an airplane
Uh-huh.
and getting claustrophobic?
That was the worst event?
I would say that's pretty bad.
Yeah. But had you ever been on a small boat that you couldn't get off?
Yes, I've had a couple of experiences.
So you just bit your lip and waited till you got to shore?
I grabbed myself by the bootstraps.
Mind over
said,
matter.
We are going to do this.
Uh-huh.
And quite honestly, I didn't have any close calls on this trip. It was pretty good.
Yeah. Well, you can always go outside, of course.
But you can't get off the boat.
No, but don't you feel better when you're outside because you're not closed in anymore? Like if you went up on top, there's no walls around you.
That didn't bother me.
Uh-huh.
It's all in my head.
Well, sure. So now tell me, what was the worst thing that happened to you on the trip, and the best thing that happened to you on the trip?
Well, why don't you let me tell you what I enjoyed most? Some of the sounds of the chain. I like that a lot. I'm gonna miss that.
You mean when it's? Are you serious? When you mean flaking the chain?
Not flaking
No.
it. When the chain would be let out.
Oh, uh-huh.
And being anchored. I like that.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the beginning of an adventure.
I can see how you would, because that sound basically says, we're here,
Yeah,
and this is security now.
yeah. It was good. I like that.
That's interesting.
The worst? Nothing worst. Yeah, falling on my ass and up in
Baranoff.
was it was
Yeah,
it Baranoff
Baranoff
Lake?
Warm Spring.
Yeah, Warm Springs. That was no big deal. There was really no bad thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I missed ice.
Oh, really? For your drinks?
Ice.
Do you like the coldness, or
Yeah.
just do you like the clinking?
I like the coldness.
The coldness.
That was it.
Next time you could bring some ice cubes up,
I'm gonna do that.
put them in a little plastic bag.
Can we do that?
You know, they make plastic ice cubes
Yeah,
that will float, and they look like the real thing.
that's good.
Mm-hmm. Well, we didn't catch too many fish, we didn't see too many bears, but we saw whales, sea lions, seals, eagles,
Yeah.
ravens,
We saw a lot of wild berries.
lots of wild bears, yeah.
We saw a lot of interesting things in Appleton Cove. That was interesting.
Oh, you mean when we went on shore?
When we took the dinghy across
Uh-huh.
and went around the slough
Uh-huh.
and docked the dinghy. That was interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I had a little anxious moments there.
Why?
Why?
I mean, because of
You've been
that.
telling me about these damn grizzly bears, and I was expecting to run into one there.
Uh-huh.
So, but we didn't.
But wouldn't you have rather to have run into one so you'd have a good story?
No, I don't need to run into one.
Uh-huh.
No.
So I guess when you go back, you just lie to people and tell them you did. That's a
I'm
lot
gonna tell 'em
safer.
The 800-pound halibut.
That's
and
right.
All the salmon, of course.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know, this summer has not been very good so far for fishing or crabs.
Well, I think the people later in the trip will probably experience catching more fish, don't you think?
Oh yeah, yeah. The salmon come in and
Yeah.
they come quite thick. Although once I leave this area, we probably won't get any halibut. This is the only place I ever get halibut.
Oh, is that right?
But it's just a question that I don't know the halibut holes elsewhere. So you're going back in a few days to start your new business, right?
Well, I'm going to
I mean, are you done?
change the business a tad.
So are you now officially done with work with the other company?
Not officially,
No.
but this coming week, it will be official.
Uh-huh. Do they know you're leaving?
I've spoken with my most immediate guy. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So are you looking forward to the
Yeah.
the new
Oh,
situation?
absolutely. I'm looking forward to it.
You won't- Right now, do you have to go in at particular times?
No,
Uh-huh.
my job is very flexible.
I see.
Thank
Okay.
goodness.
Okay, well, that's all for this interview.
Well, I wanted to ask you a few things.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm the one holding the camera.
Let me turn the camera on you now.
Okay, sure, go ahead.
When you plan these trips, the organization that you go through
Mm-hmm.
and the experiences you go through, do you find them rewarding and challenging? And tell me about your feelings.
No, I find them very challenging, but there's no reward.
I kind of thought that.
Yeah, right.
I kind of thought that.
Yeah. Oh,
It was very interesting spending time with you. I really enjoyed that.
Oh, good. Well,
There were my
likewise.
notes when I was ready to block you on the head when you blew that head and blow that horn. You and that foghorn. Like the foghorn you with it.
Wait a minute. We should do this for this video.
Dick says, this is a very interesting device. All right? Take a real deep breath. And blow as hard as you can blow. Let me just show you a small breath. That's a small breath.
Yeah, I guess that wasn't very nice. Now, what I like, aside from, I love, of course, being up here. I like boating, and I love being in Southeast Alaska. And I like giving people the experience so that they see it. It's very different from their everyday life. They're cut off from their cell phones and emails, and they're out in nature.
Right.
And it gives you a little different perspective on life, kind of a real change of pace, and it's nice to see.
Well, I've thoroughly enjoyed it. I really have. More particularly, I've enjoyed spending some time with you.
Oh, glad to hear that.
And
Yeah, I get to spend 100% of my time with me, so I know how nice it is.
I don't think you really do. I think you're crazy.
Okay, so tomorrow you fly all the way back to Washington?
I will fly to Seattle.
Oh yeah, no, that's right. You do it in 2
Actually-
steps.
Actually, we'll stop at probably Ketchikan and maybe St. Petersburg. Or
Petersburg. But tomorrow you're gonna spend the day in Juneau, and then the next day morning you push off.
Yeah. Saturday tomorrow we will spend the day and the evening and leave Sunday morning.
Okay. All right. Well, we've enjoyed having you, and now we've documented this
And toodaloo.
moment too. Well, that's Dick Podlin and Michael Podlin. We're in Ben's Pocket, and they've just gone on a beach walk over to the rock with a hole in it, which from the boat looks like a small hole, but is over 20 feet high. And they've gone in at high tide, a real high tide. And so they're way up there in the trees trying to get around the water. They made it through, and somewhere over there is the tender. Let's see, there it is. This is the first real day out for them. They arrived yesterday, July 3rd, came in around noon. It was a very rainy day all day. Just in the evening time, it cleared beautifully, and we went to a powwow and cake that had a lot of Indian drumming and dancing. The costumes and dancing seemed to be more like the Plains Indians than anything from the Pacific Northwest, but it was still kind of fun. And we left around 8:30 and went over to Lord's Pocket for the night. And then this morning we came over and halibut fished for half an hour with no luck, and now we're having a lunch stop in Ben's Pocket. Then we're going to head over to Security Bay. Where are those guys? Kind of lost them. There they are. Michael has finished his freshman year of high school, and he's starting his sophomore year. So I guess he's about 14, tall like his father. We're in the Bay of Pillars. It's July 6th. I'm with Dick and Michael Parlin, and this is the morning we're about to leave, and that's the 5th bear we've seen since pulling in. We saw 2 yesterday, and this sow has 2 cubs with her. The cubs are someplace up in the grass. Yesterday we saw a group of 3 killer whales, an adult and 2 calves, and a whole bunch of sea otters. He's just foraging for little grubby things, or she is.
Oh, it's hard to have.
They're pretty hard to get.
What?
They're awfully hard to get. You have to be looking just that way. So we're just off Point Protection, going over to Point Baker, still with Dick and Michael Podlin. And yesterday was a really snotty day with big seas and a lot of wind. And I was going to go to Louise Cove, but we didn't make it. We went into Affleck Canal, into Kell Bay, which turned out to have a gorgeous anchorage. And today we left early. The passage to Point Protection is just fine. I just heard a whale breathe. There he is. And we're going to go over and take a look at Point Baker, and then go around, see if we can get into Hole in the Wall. I'm taking this video because the sea is so calm and glassy, and there's beautiful clouds over the distant islands. There's a couple of natives here.
Hello?
Hello.
We are
That's what you do with the old
we do our dance?
with the old Super 8.
We are semi-native to this boat. Semi-native as in like
Teach you the old
5 days.
dances that my elders taught me in Buffalo.
Yeah, it's the
Get out of
the native
Get out of
dance.
this boat.
Anyhow, we're going to go take a peek at Point Baker and then go around to Hole in the Wall. I was off in my timing by one day. I thought the hunters were coming in tomorrow, and Dick pointed out they're coming in Sunday, so we get to have another nice night on the hook. So this is July 11th and we're in Egg Harbor. There could be a sea otter next to the boat, or it could be Jane Hunter with no wake belt on. So we left this morning at about 7:30 and had a fairly easy passage. The first 3/4 were in fog, so we didn't see much, but the last 5 miles it opened up. It was just a gentle swell from the south and a light breeze. Now we're anchored up, and we're going to poke around Egg Harbor here. Daniel and I came in here a few years ago just for an evening, and I thought it was a lovely place. It's one of the few places that has beaches around. And since it's a sunny, clear day, I'm going to try and do some epoxying outside, maybe some varnishing, and see if I can repair my bow pulpit. Bill, do you have anything to say for the folks at home?
It's a magnificent day here in Egg Harbor, so we look forward to exploring the shore.
Yeah, there's the shore over there. Just your nice Caribbean beach.
Chore here in Puffin. Italian bread for dinner tonight with fresh salmon.
Yes, life is tough aboard the Puffin. Everybody gets put to work.
It's a tough chore.
You look like you know what you're doing there.
Well, I used to bake bread a long time ago, but what this is mostly like now is when I make pots.
Oh.
I have to do this with the clay, to prepare the clay.
So you're going to fire that bread
Fire this bread.
and then glaze it.
I think that's about right. Let's hope it doesn't turn into.
We are missing one bicycle racer.
We're at the Cape Dog Salmon Festival.
If you signed up for the bicycle race, we need you up here at the starting line. Rather soon, or you wasted your entry fee.
To start the bike race. I got free food, crab, bugs, hamburgers, halibut. Beautiful day here at Cape. Steve Levinsky and Amy left yesterday afternoon. And we've just been doing boat jobs today.
That's why I couldn't see it.
Up here, folks, just a moment, we'll get the bicycle race going. Behind the crowd. If you haven't eaten yet, this is a really good time. No lie.
Can I go take him around? Don't, Auntie.
Corey,
Do it.
is it, or Corey, or something like that?
I don't have any other pants.
We'll be underway.
The event is being held under the
For the bicycle race,
world's
same
tallest
distance.
totem pole. That's right there.
You go to the ferry terminal. Look for the red Toyota pickup down there. You'll hear it if it's running. There's no muffler. Is there another sign up, or is that it?
I think I missed the start of the bike race. Demo stand by. I don't know if I recorded. We are right now under the world's tallest totem pole.
Joel Jackson. Electric indoor grill by Gary. Julie. Over there, buy yourself a ticket.
Take us
Face
to Village.
doctor, you can see them.
This is Huna and
We
Nagui.
appreciate all your support. Thank you.
Population a few years ago was 700, and I think it dropped down to 250 in the last 2 years because of the cutbacks in fishing and
We're just waiting now for the 5K runners to return
obesity.
the bikers. Make sure you get a bite to eat to see the girls are still going strong over there.
I think I'll go get
Want to
myself
enter
down.
into the boat races or the canoe team. This is the one that's very important that we have.
We're going to start the bubblegum
That's
test
good.
soon. For the 5
Okay,
to
any
7
more
year olds.
5 to 7-year-old girls who would like to try blowing some bubble gum? Don't put it in your mouths quite yet. You're welcome to hold it. Get ready. And we will soon start.
First one that blows the bubble wins.
Okay, and if you're in the middle of the area, why don't you spread back here so everybody gets a chance to see. I'm going to stand around the edges here so everybody can watch the bubble gum chewing. 5 to 7-year-old girls.
That organization.
The boys will be next. This is the last call for 5 to 7-year-old girls. The bubblegum chewing contest. Okay, they have their gums. Russ is ready to start them.
Ready? Chew! Chew on them!
Here they go. Gum in mouth. First one who has a bubble is the winner. Just remember, don't swallow your bubble gum.
First one to blow a bubble. First one to blow a bubble.
Fast and vigorous chewers here.
First one to blow a bubble. She's trying. Oh, we had a little one.
They need all the support we can.
There's a ball. Almost.
Immediately after these 5 and 7-year-olds.
Oh,
Girls
she's
will
gonna
be the
have
5 and
one.
7-year-old boys.
Oh, I see a little bubble.
You can do it. You can do it.
That was about a bubble, all right. That was a bubble. That was a bubble. Uh-oh. Oh,
He's got it.
First, second, and third. Good job. Giving all right. Prizes. Very good. Going to make this our last call for 5 to 7-year-old boys. Make your way over for the bubble gum chewing
They can
contest.
catch prizes here.
We'd like, if you could, if you're just kind of milling around in the center here, to back off a little bit so everybody can see. This is a real visual event. Thank you. Any more 5 to 7-year-old boys gonna chew? Apparently not.
Wow.
He's chewing hard.
These guys are chewing really fast and furious over here. We're looking for next 8 to 10-year-olds. Girls after their 8 to
First
10-year-olds.
bubble.
Get in line behind these real handsome young boys here. Chewing real fast.
First bubble. Oh, almost.
Got it. That's it. That's it. Well, we will win, folks. We will win.
You watch the audience and they're all moving their jaws like trying to help. Help them chew. We're waiting for the bubble. Who's going to have a bubble?
Yeah.
Well, he's got it. I'm at the fish hatchery in Cake. These are dog salmon. These fish are put in the creek in the hatchery when they're fingerlings. They go out to sea for 2 or 3 years, and then they come back up in here, and then they're trapped and slaughtered. The eggs are taken as roe for Japan, and the milk is taken to make more fish. There's often bears in the creek here. I just saw a female and a cub get a nice big fish and go off into the bushes. These are really ugly fish by this time in their life cycle. They're trying to get through this sluice gate, which I guess will eventually open and then lead them to their death. I'm standing here where they've got a window where the fish swim by on the way into the hatchery here, so you can get a good look at these guys. There's some big ugly ones in there. I'd say each of these fish is about 3 feet long and maybe weighs around 10 pounds, 10 to 15 pounds. Here's the deal. They come from the river, and they jump through this series of doors, thinking that they're going upstream. Hoping we'll see them jump through there. And here are these guys. These in. So there's 1, 2, and a third one here. And then they go right to that gate, right into the hatchery there, where they're knocked over the head. Someone was here some years ago and they said the place felt like Auschwitz. That's probably true. You can see why the cow is cleaning the floor. We're heading for the south end of Rocky Pass, and we caught 1 king salmon the first day, and then I didn't want to fish again. So we had king salmon the first night. Then we got a lot of crabs, which we had for dinner. And let's see, what did we have last night? Oh, pizza. I didn't want to fish again. And I thought this might be the last chance to get a fish while we're out in the open. That's easy. That's a coho. It's a nice sized fish. And I picked it up on a brown and silver Pucci using the pink lady. It's our first nice day. We went out. This is the 4th day. It's been really pretty pissy. And finally the weather it stopped raining. Actually, last night's anchorage was interesting. We were anchored in La Boucherie Bay, just south of Port Protection, and a whale came in right into the little bay and just kept swimming around the boat, then disappeared. We went to sleep, and about 6 o'clock in the morning, I felt the whole boat shaking. I thought, what the hell? And I looked out in the mist, and there was the whale again. Anyhow, he's cleaning up. Okay, then we'll fillet the fish and have salmon again. Ho hum. On the nice days, which are very rare this summer, everything's great. But I don't think there's been 6 sunny days in the entire summer. Definitely the gloomiest for the whole time. If I was out by myself, it might not be too bad, but with friends, they really have nothing to do. They can't go out on the dinghy. Okay. Puffin's doing just fine. No serious problems, although 2 days ago I put my safety float on the anchor and I let the line go into the propeller. It was a big mess. I had to go with my wetsuit and untie it, and it was pretty difficult. How are you doing?
Okay, feels good. Great. I have to cook now.
Now, just for the George Bush to know, Takao didn't catch that fish because he doesn't have a license. And Uzi didn't catch the fish because he doesn't have a license. But at least it's not a king salmon because I don't have a license.
That the thing you got, Benjamin?
No. Now this one looks like a dinosaur. Ben's is like 1/3 the size.
Oh yeah, those mini ones.
Actually, we didn't mean to raise your expectations. I think we're doing an okay job.
Uh-huh.
And then you can come out and look later. You might like it.
Go on. Well, let's see, for the record, this is the last night out of the cruise. We're in Whitestone Harbor. Should be in Hoona by noon tomorrow. That's Greg and Lana, a couple of natives that I picked up along the way. And I begged them not to polish the boat, but they just get a charge out of it.
Oh yeah.
Let's see, looking around here, what did we do this week?
There's some eagles up there.
Oh yeah, so Greg and Lana met me in Cake, and we cruised over to Security Bay where we visited with Roger's family. Then we went over to Red Bluff Bay and Baranoff. Then we made a long run of about 10 hours to Teneke, where we visited Wendy and Brooke. Saw lots of whales, caught 2 salmon coming around the corner. Put a crab trap down at Catasham Bay and caught 1 big fat male, which we gobbled up today. And things are going fine. No problems with Puffin. Nothing we couldn't fix anyhow. And that's pretty much it for 2005. Do you guys have anything to say?
This was a great trip.
Yeah. Oh yeah, actually, what did you see yesterday?
We saw bears. We saw salmon going upstream.
Up
we
close.
saw whales.
Lots of whales.
Awesome.
Yeah, we're about, let's see, as close as one would want to come to. 2 sow bears and 2 cubs just underneath the bridge at India Creek. Yeah, about 20 feet. Yeah, but they didn't eat us or attack us, so it was good. Oh, today's been lovely weather. Every day the winds have been, when we've had wind, they've been from the south behind us, so that was pretty good. No really rocking and rolling.
You can see it's raining right now, just as it was forecast.
It is raining?
No.
No, yeah.
But
Yeah.
it was forecast.
Yeah, it was forecast. Actually, I think it's at 100%. That's the sound of an eagle you hear. Oh, there it is. Way up there. Right there.
Or is that just because it got wet? Like right see how it's that even more down. Forward.
So, another successful year. No serious problems, thank goodness. Oh, wait a minute.
Alaska.
Yeah, I'll let you get your Richard Delaska.
Richard Delaska, what a great cruise director.
That's right.
And nobody's ever died with me in 10 years. Well, there were a few, but
We won't talk about
yeah, they got their money back.
Their families did.
it. Right.
The deposits, anyhow.
Half done. That's how she made it. When it was a little liquidy. That's what I mean.
How to cook in those days,
All right. I'm gonna guarantee you'll like the salad, okay? But we gotta kind of maybe put a little. See if I had that tin foil before. That would have been perfect. Would have put it over the top. Huh?
Well, why do you want to cover it?
I'm not gonna eat it.
No, well, why cover it? It's not going to jump out.
Oh. Okay. Excuse me, I have to go to Alaska, Mr. Delaska.
Dad will always ask me, what do you like about it up there? I don't know, I just like it.
I tell the story to people. Tell the story about you with the haircut.
Of what?
That water's cold. Yeah. About you with the haircut.
Oh, Mr. Alaska.
Now you don't want water here because it's going to affect it.
Just right before that. Would you be interested in seeing if this works? You turn it on and
No,
see how long it takes?
because it'll be over with, I could.
No, you just write a big check.
That's what I mean, it'll be over with.
I think that they're talking about for a frivolous
Which is the hand one here?
checkered. For a frivolous activation of your EPIRB, maybe 25 or 50,000, they want you to cover the cost of sending out the aircraft and the search.
How about that little prick from down there on the bug-eye chick? The bug-eye chick, you know, the one who ran away from the husband because she didn't want to get married.
Yeah, right, that's right. That's right.
Really, that's what the deal is? They want you to cover the cost?
Yeah.
So what if you really have a situation? They still
Oh,
want you to
that's
pay?
free. That's all free.
Yeah.
They just don't want you saying, hey, let's see if we can have the copter come in. And of course, you know that it's pretty hard to prove in court that it was frivolous, because your defense attorney will say, he really thought he was in trouble. You know, and they say, well, but he was anchored in a cove with plenty to eat and plenty to drink, and no wind and no waves. Why would he activate the EPIRB?
Because he was drunk. Want some water?
No thanks.
You should drink some water. You don't drink much. Drink some water.
I like the Crystal Light. I drink that.
Yeah, but you don't drink much though. I mean, you had that kidney.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
just
had
drink
some.
slug some water down.
Plain water is just so
Well,
blah.
then drink some of that
Yeah.
shit then. Yeah.
Just do that.
Why, you know.
It used to drive my dad's buddy.
Who did?
He'd say, you're eating dry food.
Who said
My
that?
dad. He'd say, you're
You?
eating, yeah, he'd say, you're eating dry sandwiches. You gotta drink something.
He was right.
I'm not thirsty.
give up. You know, actually, you drink what you want, but you really need to have just work of the kidneys.
After this thing happened to me at work,
What I mean, that's why
I sent out kind of a funny email to the whole department because they wondered how come Richard was carted off in the ambulance. So I told them what had happened. Now everybody's walking around with a water bottle. So we have this lady professor, she walked by me, she had one in each hand. I'm not taking no chances. It was surprising to me that something as innocent as not drinking could make you sick.
That shit is going out with my brother right now. He has kidney stones. If you don't drink,
That's right.
you know.
That scares people into drinking because that's so painful.
Now you hate it, right?
I like my anchorages to be so quiet that when you sleep, the boat feels like you're in concrete. I don't want to feel any motion at all.
That's why this is nice.
Yeah. This is typical, but many of them are much flatter. And usually the wind goes completely flat at night.
Really?
Just don't move.
I used to go to that Columbus Day Regatta outside of Miami, and what it was anything that float would go down to Elliott Key, which is the first key coming up in Key Biscayne, going down south. And what it was an excuse to have a big party. And anything, as I said, floated would go down to Key Biscayne or Elliott Key. And they, as they would come, they would line up on both sides. They have a procession that would come down, and it got to be, there'd be thousands of folks. It would look like a city, all floating up there. But the procession would be the big bamboo guys coming with, naked women with their tits hanging out. It was just like, just crazy. Columbus Day Regatta in Miami, even today, that's what they do. Everyone's naked. So it's like a big party, and everybody, helicopters. It's
The
like
problem is people who should never take their clothes off
Oh,
do it. You think,
but
I don't want to see some
but-
65-year-old
But
lady naked.
you don't care because there's so much to look at. It's like, and then you take your dinghy and you start scooting around. Going. It's like going down streets.
Uh-huh.
It's so wild. I remember Jack took the boat, and that was when he had the 48 Ocean. He gets off the boat. Now we drop the line, drop the anchor, and as best we could. He gets in the dinghy and takes off. I got a couple people in the boat, and the boat's moving.
Dragging?
Yeah. And the boat's all over. Yeah. I fire up the, and I'm like, it's like, it's his boat. Get your fucking ass back here because, it's gonna hit something. I don't want to run the, but I don't care, but I'm trying to do this again, but ain't nothing you can do because everything is. But the Columbus Day Regatta in Miami is like a real party, a 2-day party. I mean, the women giving guys blowjobs, and on the top, like houseboats. It's just like during the, the Roman days.
Huh.
Columbus Day Regatta, Miami. Yeah. I went down there. I had a really peculiar experience a couple weeks ago. I took Matthew with me. I went down there to go and spend the weekend with the kids and was Lauren's shower, but I made an appointment. An old architect that worked for me years ago, Cuban architect, built a medical office building that I had. He moved to Miami 25 years ago. And I called him, and his name was Fabio Perez Polo. They left Cuba in 1959. But Fabio was always kind of a bullshitter. He was an architect, but bullshitter. I mean, like the drains on the patios for the second floor and third floor medical offices drained towards the building instead of away from the building. So, you know, but he was a good talker and he was a good friend. He was kind of a good person. I always liked him. As long as, you know, I knew you, then I, you know, it's easy to work with it. So I call him out of the blue after not talking to him for 18 years. I hook up with him and he emails me back, email him back. So Matt and I go down for lunch to meet him. And we go up to his office. His office is on Brickell Avenue overlooking the bay. You know, beautiful, you know, big town. You know, because Matthew's office, when he was in corporate stuff, was right down the street. So, but, all right, so we were impressed. It was kind of nice. I was glad, you know, he worked there. He was not a partner, but he worked there. So we go across the street for lunch. And I told him I want to come down to Miami and do a deal. And, you know, it'd be great if you knew somebody who could hook me up, and you'd be the architect, blah, blah, blah. So right away it goes into this whole deal about the mayor of Miami is his buddy, and little event is this, and all right. So we're at lunch, and he picks up the glass, fucking glass, shaking a mile a minute. And I said to myself, either he's sick, or he's nervous. And if he's nervous, if he's sick, you know. Anyway, so.
How old is he?
Oh, Fabio is 58, 59.
It sounds like early Parkinson's.
No, he's nervous.
Yeah?
He's nervous.
Because that's Parkinson's.
Oh, I know what Parkinson's all about. That. My mother-in-law died, and a good friend of mine has it right now. Yeah. And there's a real interesting procedure for Parkinson's, by the way, whether you know about it or not. It's being done at Georgetown. Has like 80%, if you qualify, of turning it around. Getting rid of the involuntary movements. Really? Yeah. It's unbelievable. It's so good. Anyways, no, it wasn't good. He was nervous. I said, well, why would I make you nervous? Okay? We were talking about a certain thing, but and Matthew was sitting there, and I just wanted him to be part of the, you know, listening to the deal. But anyways, real point is
It's your story.
yeah.
Doesn't matter. We ain't going anywhere.
Yeah, no. A good person. You know, we're talking about people in general, and you know why you like people, or you don't like people, or you tolerate people. Here's a guy in my mind. I really knew his shit from years ago. You accept that shit, you know, kind of like, you know, but people that come across, I guess. Go back to that Dick Sandy. Is that his name, Sandy? That's right. That wasn't what I was talking about. I was on something else. But
Why would he be nervous unless...
well,
he
because
was
he's
gonna
still
screw
full of shit. That's why. He's still full of shit.
I like a line, I think Benjamin Franklin said it. Well done is better than well said.
Yeah.
I can do this, and man, I can just... do it.
Just
I'm
do it.
impressed.
Just do it. I get all these emails, you know, about, I mean, my old partner Elliot, porno every friggin' day. And the guys who really say, oh, keep it coming, they're the married guys who want to see it. You can't do it at home. And then I get the guys who got the stories and the jokes, I just delete all that shit. I get on the average of maybe, I kid you not, maybe 15, 20 emails a day on all the shit. I just, except for the porno, I look at the porno and I pass it on to appropriate people, or I just delete it. After I look at it, of course. But I get some of these sayings, women's sayings, men's sayings, you know, those sayings.
Yeah, lots of people, you notice, in their signature line, have a saying they like. It always comes through. It's sort of a lot of email programs. You put in what you want as your signature, so that it automatically sends. So they'll be. So you can have anything you want in there. So a lot of people I see will have some quote or some religious thing that they want. You know, like, well, it's kind of like the "Have a nice day," or you know, "May God be with you," or whatever, or "Well done is better than well said."
Have a nice day. Yeah. What do you say?
Nothing. That's my name. like to say is, don't write me back.
Hey, please take me off your list. I found my life kind of interesting. Although when I was listening to Johnny Mathis and bringing the boat down there, you were down there sleeping. I was just driven. I was having a wonderful
I
time.
love playing that old rock and roll on here. Just going around with the scenery. It all comes back.
I
The
was
swing
like-
in, the Friday night parties.
The whole deal was working for me. And I knew when I was going up, I'm taking more. I was trying to give you more time to sleep. I wasn't sure where the hell I was, but as long as I was on target, I was okay. But I only got concerned when I saw the swirls, and that woke you up. But I was concerned at that time, but I was like ready to react.
You should, anytime you're at the helm and I'm laying down, the slightest thing, very slightest thing you're unsure of, tell me immediately.
Well,
because I was there with one eye open.
Okay, well that, all the way down the line that I took the boat, there was no problems whatsoever. It was only at that point when I couldn't keep the boat. And then I knew something was up.
See, I didn't think...
Then you came up.
I didn't think that I was going to doze off, because when I went below,
Yeah,
I wasn't
rocked
tired.
out,
But
yeah.
typically when I start to read, I'm not up. So I started to read and boom.
But I knew when I couldn't keep it left of that right return there, I was like,
this isn't good.
well, I knew that. Then you came up.
Well,
But I knew, I said to myself, where the fuck is all this current? I looked for that place, but the name just didn't register. Anyways.
It would have been interesting that there's a place up here, very, very beautiful place, that to enter has a tidal rapid and you can only get through here at slack water. And the name of the place is Ford's Terror. And few people go in there just because of the name. But where it came from was, the first guy who went in there, I think it was somebody from Vancouver ship, he went in there with a group of men in a big rowboat, not knowing that this rapid was there. They went in at slack water just by accident. And they came out, and there's like 20 knot rapid, just shitting in their pants. And ever since then, it's been Ford's Terror.
Yeah.
So this would have been Landhouse Terror. We probably might have made it through. Actually, well, we couldn't have made it through because the current would have kept pushing us back.
Around. I
But
mean, I was
it
trying
would
to
have
control the boat.
could have pushed you over towards the shore. The shallows. So that would give
But
me.
this is the same size boat I had. I had a 20.